What have you seen that was so stupid it made you laugh until you cried? When my husband and I decided to adopt, we never expected our social worker would accidentally send us to the wrong house. We were supposed to meet our potential daughter Emma at her foster home, but somehow ended up at a completely different address. We knocked on the door, and a little girl around 7 opened it, covered head to toe in peanut butter. Behind her, we could see the living room walls were also smeared with it. "Hi," she said cheerfully. "I'm making art." Before we could explain we were at the wrong house, her foster mom Nancy came running down the stairs in a panic. "Paige, what did you—" She stopped when she saw us. "Oh God, you must be the Hendersons. I'm so sorry, I was in the shower and she got into the pantry." We weren't the Hendersons, but something about Paige's mischievous grin and Nancy's flustered apologies made us pause before correcting her. The whole scene was so absurd we couldn't help but laugh. "I used all the peanut butter," Paige announced proudly. "The walls needed decorating." Nancy looked like she was about to cry. "I've been fostering for 15 years and never had a child quite like Paige. She's brilliant, but chaotic. Last week she tried teaching our cat to swim in the bathtub. The week before that, she turned all my white laundry pink because she thought it looked too boring." As Nancy talked, Paige started doing an interpretive dance in her peanut butter-covered glory. My husband Robert and I exchanged looks. This wasn't the quiet, well-behaved child we'd planned to adopt, but something felt right. "Would you like to see my rock collection?" Paige asked hopefully. "I named them all after ice cream flavors." That's when our social worker Barbara burst through the door, completely out of breath. "I am so sorry. I gave you the wrong address. The Hendersons are actually 3 streets over," and she stopped when she saw the peanut butter disaster. Paige waved cheerfully. "I'm making modern art. Want to help?" Barbara looked mortified. "This is so unprofessional. I'll take you to meet Emma right now." But Robert spoke up. "Actually, could we learn more about Paige?" The adoption process wasn't easy. Paige had been in 7 foster homes in 3 years. Her file listed her as challenging and extremely energetic, but we couldn't stop thinking about her. 2 months later, we brought her home. That first night, she covered our dog in glitter because he needed to sparkle. We laughed until we cried. The real challenge came when her birth mother showed up 6 months later. She'd gotten clean, had a job, wanted Paige back. We were terrified of losing her. But during the custody hearing, Paige marched right up to the judge. "I know where I belong," she announced, "with the people who laugh at my jokes and help me clean up when my experiments go wrong. My first mom gave me life, but they gave me a home." The judge actually smiled. Even Paige's birth mother looked touched. We won custody, but agreed to supervised visits. The first one was interesting. Paige convinced her birth mom to help her turn our backyard sandbox into quicksand, using the garden hose. They both ended up covered in mud. Now our house is never quiet. There's usually some kind of controlled chaos happening. Last week, Paige tried to teach our dog to read using flashcards. Yesterday, she built a time machine out of cardboard boxes and insisted on wearing a colander as a helmet. But every night when I tuck her in, surrounded by her ice cream named Rocks and whatever craft project she's currently obsessed with, she whispers, "I'm so glad you came to the wrong house that day." And honestly, so are we. Though I still can't look at peanut butter without laughing.